Thank you, Senator Padilla. Senator Bennet is recognized to offer an amendment.
Thank you, Chairman. It's good to see you, and I'm glad everybody is here. I call up Bennet Amendment Number 1. My amendment would prohibit former members of Congress from registering as lobbyists, not for 1 year or 2 years, but for the entirety of their retirement from public service. This amendment addresses a serious problem in our democracy, the buying and selling of influence, and this is not a new problem. I first introduced this legislation in 2010. Since then, the amount spent on lobbying and the number of lobbyists has only grown. Last year, spending on federal lobbying reached a new high, topping $4.5 billion, a 37% increase from a decade ago. Research shows that in the 1970s and 80s, it was relatively rare for former members of Congress to become lobbyists. That began to change in the 90s, and that trend has accelerated ever since. There are now 359 former members who are registered lobbyists. This is not just an issue of how members spend their time after they leave these halls. It strikes at the core of our democracy. When Coloradans or Texans or Virginians send their elected representatives to Washington, they expect them to be focused on their needs and the needs of their communities. They don't want them to take votes with an eye on their next job opportunity. I think most members don't do that. I think most members are serious public servants who put the interests of their constituents first. But even the appearance of this revolving door erodes Americans' trust in our democracy, our rule of law, and the legislative process. So this amendment puts forward what I think are some common sense reforms. It bans members from lobbying. It adds new transparency requirements. That's what Coloradans expect, and that's what the American people expect. It's what they deserve. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Cruz.
I move to table the Bennet Amendment.
The question is on the motion to table Senator Bennett's amendment. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes appear to have it. Senator Bennett's amendment is tabled.